What's up, everybody? Trinity here, and welcome back to Second Street, your source for the latest and greatest indie comic book reviews. And today, guys, we are talking about Stillwater issue number 1. This book is being published by Image Comics, and it is on their SKYBOUND imprint. You can see that right there in the lower corner. Now, this book, it was created by Chip Zdarsky and Ramon K. Perez. Chip Zdarsky is the writer, Ramon K. Perez is the artist and the cover artist, Mike Spicer is the colorist, and Rus Wooton is the letterer. I'll show you those names right there, and you can get a look at those names and a little bit of the art that they have in this book. Now, this book starts off where we are introduced to this character, Daniel, who is there working at his job, and he gets called into the office by one of his superiors. And he's sitting there having a conversation with this supervisor. She's sitting there talking to him about the situation that had happened there at work, something that we didn't see, where he had apparently gotten in an altercation with another employee. He ends up losing his job, and he's there after he leaves work. You know, he goes out on a night with his friend, goes out on a bender, gets all drunk, gets in a fight at the bar. You know, the kind of things that happen when you lose your job. We've all been there, I'm certain of that, right? So they're out, and he wakes up in the morning wondering what's going on. Well, he ends up getting a knock at the door and gets this mysterious letter delivered to him from somebody. He has no clue who it is. It wasn't even a mailman, and it ends up being this letter. You know, those kind of letters, like, you've probably gotten emails like this before, you know, like, you know, maybe a prince from Egypt, or maybe a long lost great aunt that he's inheriting a whole lot of money and he has to go collect. Well, he ends up getting this letter, and him and his friends end up taking off to go to this town. It is in Stillwater is the name of this town. As they are there, making their way there, trusting the map, the GPS on their phone, they make their way there. But on the way, they end up making a couple stops. They got to get some gas. They got to get some food, and they're kind of asking around about this town. And there's people there, like one of the people's like, what? Like, what are you talking about? I have no clue what you're talking about. Like, I don't go anywhere but here, so hey, I just don't know. You can see a little bit of that right here. And so they decide, you know, they drive on. They're, you know, looking for this town. This guy's got to get his inheritance, right? Well, they end up getting stopped by one of the local police officers on their way there. And, you know, he kind of gives them a warning about the town. It's a small town. They're not looking for trouble or anything like that. And, you know, he kind of lets it be known. He lets them go. And they end up making their way into Stillwater. As they are there, they're looking for this lawyer's office, to which they find out doesn't exist, and there's just a whole bunch of peculiar things about this town. I wasn't for sure if this was one I was going to read and enjoy or and review or anything like that, but I thought it was pretty good. Written by Chip Zdarsky. He's actually a pretty good writer. I've read several titles from him, like on Marvel and stuff like that. Pretty decent writer. I've liked the books that I have read by him, but I want to know from you. Have you read Stillwater issue number 1? If so, what did you think about it? Let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear all of your thoughts on this book. But like I said, I thought it was pretty good. It's on Image. It's on their SKYBOUND imprint. I've read a couple of titles on their SKYBOUND imprint, and they're pretty good. They're pretty good. You should make sure that you go and check them out. I would recommend this book for sure, especially if you're into indies, you like Chip Zdarsky or any of these creators. Definitely something worth checking out. Hey, it's at least worth the first story arc, right? And I don't know, is this one going to be an ongoing? I didn't really look into that, but anyway, guys, that's all I have for this video. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the Second Street Marvel. If you haven't already, please make sure you're subscribed. Click the little bell and all of that good stuff. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Give it a thumbs down if you don't. It's okay. You're not going to hurt my feelings, I promise. But while you're at it, make sure that you share it with a friend and invite them to come hang out with us here on the Second Street Marvel. You all have a very good day. Have a great rest of your week. Go out and read some awesome comics, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.